Yo, what's good YouTube? It's boardzy, and this is going to be a review of the Logitech G303 and also just a video talking about like why the fuck doesn't Logitech remaster, just like update, refresh, whatever you want to call it, some of their older mice. Like this is a mouse that I'm going to be honest, there's absolutely no reason for you to go out and get one right now. There's so many good mice on the market that are easier to get, cheaper. But this is a pretty sick mouse. It is extremely unique. Like, I've tried almost every fucking mouse on the market, and there's just not a single one that really compares in terms of how this mouse feels in your hand. Some may remember my initial impressions from a month ago, and I was just not rocking with the shape. So I've been using it on and off, and I have gotten used to it. The mouse is really fucking small for me to claw grip. I'll put it next to the G Pro Superlight because that's just what I have on my desk. And yeah, I've also able to fingertip this mouse. It's not like my favorite mouse for fingertip, but I kind of just like over time I went numb to the just weird like bumps because of the diamond shape, if that makes any sense. So it wasn't a shape that came naturally to me, and it kind of hurt at first, and I was like, you know, might as well just fucking keep rocking with it. And after time I really did start to adjust to the shape. Who could have thought that as I used a product more, I got used to it? That is one of the most shocking things I've ever experienced when reviewing a mouse. Make sure to leave a like if that shocked you as well. But I really did like the left side for my thumb. When clawing, I've just never had a mouse just feel like so natural for my thumb to rest. And the right side, like on my palm, it really was hurting at first. And then as I used it more, I just went numb to it, like I said. So it's really been an awesome shape for a claw. For fingertip, I just don't like using 90-gram mice for fingertip. I feel like below 60 is just way more optimal, at least in my experience. But like you can all obviously get used to the weight. Oh my god, shocking again, getting used to things. And when you do use a heavier mouse, you obviously get like the benefits of more stability just from like the object you're moving being heavier. But also the build quality on this mouse, it's like spectacular. I've had very few mice built this strong, even compared to like other Logitech mice. It literally feels like a fucking piece of steel. I would get arrested if I could list the things I could do with this mouse before it would break. But Logitech is also able to have extremely good build quality at fucking 60 grams. So it would be crazy if they could make a G303, ditch the utter abomination of a cable, just make it a bit lighter, and just fucking re-release it. Like, it would actually be insane. It would definitely, I mean, I don't even know how well it would sell since like Shroud has kind of ditched it. And if it would really sell that well, realistically Logitech would have done it by now. But false hope. But I don't think Logitech really cares too much about mice aside from the G Pro Superlight. Maybe we'll get a new one in a few years, but yeah. Personally, I strongly doubt that Logitech ever like updates the G305 or the G303. Then again, I am mainly just saying this because I hope in the future I'm wrong, so I can be like, I was wrong about Logitech not releasing this. But yeah, whatever. Besides the point, back to the review. The clicks are using Omron 20Ms, just the standard Logitech, like very lightly tensioned switch. If you've ever like clicked a Logitech mouse, you know how these feel. I'm assuming like it's one of the older ones, like that doesn't feel the exact same as the Superlight. You get what I'm saying. They're extremely light, not a ton of feedback, but it's a all-around good click, perfectly fine for game, exceptional for in-game, you could even say. You can't adjust the debounce time. I'm pretty sure it's like 4ms by default. The scroll wheel isn't real. I don't like it. It's like really smooth. I think it's the same as like the G403. I'm just not a fan of it, but like it scrolls fine. It's tensioned a bit like too tightly. I don't know, I feel like it could be better. This DPI button looks stupid. It performs like a DPI button, and these stock feet were really surprising. You might see these, you might notice that they're literally scuffed up because this mouse was slightly used, but I don't know why. These actually have like an exceptional glide. This is the Lethal Gaming Gear like Hien style pad, still unreleased, but it has just been like a very smooth glide, still picking up like a good amount of the texture. Like if I was blindfolded, I'd probably think that these are core pads. I don't know why. Like, I've tried so many old Logitech feet and none of them have been good, but these, after I like used them for a while, they just became like basically fucking perfect. But yeah, they're definitely like not the same material as like the G502 feet. Really odd. The sensor, is this the mercury sensor? Honestly, it doesn't matter. It's perfectly fine. And with the mice that have been released recently, there's been like way more sensor issues than there were like 1 or 2 years ago. I don't know what's up with that. But the G303, just an old Logitech mouse, fucking perfectly fine. And I don't want to like spend the entire video shitting on the cable. Trust me, I could. This is the stiffest cable ever. It's just terrible. There's really no other way to describe it. I think I called it an abomination earlier. Any negative words from the Bible, those kind of do it justice, but other than that, man, when it's in the bungee, you can still feel the weight of it because of how heavy it is, but it's not really going to be like dragging on the pad because it is so stiff. You can like sort of angle it up a bit. And I just want to quickly go over how you can actually get this mouse. As I mentioned, I got mine on mousemarket. That is probably going to be my best recommendation. And also, like, mousemarket's a pretty cool place to go if you're interested in mice. Trust me, I'm not a fan of Reddit, but mousemarket is pretty cool. And you're not going to be getting scammed very often. On eBay, everything is just fucking overpriced. eBay sellers have the largest egos. They're selling this shit for like hundreds of dollars. Please don't pay that much. It's not worth it. I would not pay more than 80 for an unmodded one, and that is, I would only pay 80 if you're already like mentally ill and you just want to try out the new shape to feel something. I just want to mention, like, part of this mouse is like glossy. I just don't get it. Like, why did Logitech just like put different types of things on their mice? Now it's like way more uniform. Like, that was just a very odd trend. It's kind of cool to just look at though. The RGB on this mouse, it's kind of confusing. I don't understand how exactly it works. It's just like always doing some different shit. But I just let it rock. Is there anything else to talk about? That's the true question. I guess I can talk about how I aimed with this mouse, like every other YouTuber. Okay, so when I was aiming with this mouse, I felt like I was playing to the best of my ability. My ability to micro-correct was so easy. Can you see me moving the mouse around very slightly, mimicking my in-game aim on fucking 4 cm? I guess something more serious I want to go over is, yes, this is an extremely unique shape, but I don't understand the cult-like following. Like, if you can claw this mouse, I feel like you would be able to claw plenty of other mice on the market. It's not like this is the only good mouse for for a small claw grip mouse. Holy shit, cannot speak. But it does seem to have a cult-like following. And hey, if you've been using this mouse for 5 years, I'm not going to fucking question it. All I'm going to do is ruin your hope that Logitech makes one in the future. Maybe I will get a paracord for this because the cable does bother me. It didn't stop me from being able to perform with the mouse, but it just fucking sucked. I feel like that's what people don't understand who are like against paracords. Like, yeah, you can get away with using a stock cable, but like, why would you when it's just like a pretty easy modification to make? Oh my god, I sound like a keyboard person. And that's going to be all for this video. Obviously, G303 is pretty cool. It grew on me as I used it more. Also, the coating was like really good. I know it looks kind of dirty. I didn't wipe it off before I recorded. But it has been like perfectly fine. No issues with sweat. But yeah, that's going to be all for this video. Make sure to leave a like and sub. Peace.